Hello and welcome back to D&D with Dummies, Campaign 1 The Marked Ones. It's been a couple of weeks since we last saw you. A few of our group members have been away, but we are back. To catch you back up to speed, last week the party arrived at the gates of the Wildwood Sentinels and were granted entry. After being granted entry, they found a place to rest for the evening. Elona got angry at other people's lack of awareness and got humbled. They spent the night at the tavern and were rudely awoken the next morning by an invasion of goblins and fiends. The party fought back their portion of the wall, and we're picking up pretty much immediately after this fight. Currently, Umbra is unconscious, stable, but unconscious, and the party has looted the bodies of the goblins. Alrighty. The day is yours. What do you do?
Can Alona just go over and kind of check over Tarvis, make sure he's not injured, and just kind of inspecting his, lifting up his arms and looking at them and making sure he's okay?
Alright, a roll perception check.
Perception.
Was I knocked out?
I don't think so.
An 8. It's not very good.
Because apparently I'm on 0 health.
You might have been.
No,
I don't
not as
think
far as
so.
I was remembered.
No.
I
Is that
did enough that he was in single digits.
Yeah, you were low, but I don't think you were knocked unconscious.
I'm gonna
Though
also
I am only
cast-
seeing you as level 5.
Okay, I'll keep.
I'll also cast Cure Wounds on him. Or 23.
Solid.
Kind of putting my hands on him, and a light just kind of warms and cools.
Thank you.
Do I get to kill Umbra now?
I think he deserves to at least explain himself before you rip him to pieces.
Has he gone back to his regular size?
Yes, he would have. Upon entering unconsciousness, he would have shrunk down, and the colour shift that you saw it has reverted back to his original colour palette.
What do we do with him then?
I'd say we keep an eye on him for a little bit.
Agreed.
Tie him up?
Because you don't just attack people you're fighting alongside.
Well, I put a spell on him that should keep any bad things out of his head. I'm going to go look over some of the hellspawn, see if I can determine how they were here.
By this
Okay,
point,
we
the Hellspawn are starting to liquefy, but they haven't fully liquefied yet. You don't have a lot of time.
She's just looking for any sign that Sora sent them and
Notes, anything like that. Any sort of
Sure.
anything notable to her.
Investigation, please.
14.
Tarvis, you said you were going with her. Would you like to give her advantage?
Yes.
Roll again.
20.
Hey,
30.
nice. Looking through the slowly dissolving bodies of the Hellspawn, there isn't any indicator these were specifically Selra's troops. In fact, looking at the bodies, They don't have any markings that are even from the 8th circle. They have markings from the 2nd circle.
Weird.
That's different to what we're used to.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's a somewhat good thing, but the 2nd level is Ecor. Is there a lot of blood around as they melt?
They are slowly melting into puddles of a red liquid. If you were to inspect that, yes, you would find that would be blood, yes.
Weird. Well, it's better than it's being Selra's troops, right?
It's not a high bar.
Are you sure you're okay?
I've been worse. At least I haven't fallen. At least it's still me in control.
Same. I did not like not being in control. Maybe it's the same for Umbra.
But when he wakes up, we should get some answers from him.
Maybe we should also find somebody who's more of an expert in Fae and Faerwynn. Maybe it's something to do with that and they know more than I do.
Agreed.
Those of you with passive perception of 15 or higher, you hear the cry of an eagle.
Is that me? Ooh. No.
I'll go
It
back
must-
up to where Umbra is.
Must have been the wind.
What did it say? Oh no.
Xander, can you roll me a perception check?
Fuck.
That the win?
It's a 16.
16, alright. Out of the corner of your eye while you're making your way back to the wall after inspecting the bodies, you see movement. Turning around, expecting it to be another enemy, you see a bear. It is slowly lumbering towards you.
Slowly?
Yep.
Does it want to attack me, or?
You can roll insight check if you want to see if you can discern that.
Yeah, if I could. You said insight, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
That's a 21.
You can tell that it has some urgency to it while it is moving slowly, but it does not look like it is in a hostile state.
Okay. Can I try and figure out what's wrong?
Do you move up to it?
Yeah, sure.
As you get closer, the bear goes onto its hind legs, and you see the form shift. And there in front of you is a rather muscular man with short brown hair and a short brown beard. He's got very intense features, and he's wearing what looks to be some sort of bronzy coloured clothing and leather armors. And he looks at you, he smiles. Thanks for your service, man.
No problem. Kinda bad habit to just run in and just start fighting and protecting. soldier things, you know.
Totally understand. My name is Galen Dady. And that, up there, and he points up to the eagle now circling overhead, is Lyra of Wildgleam. We're two of the archdruids of this place.
I was about to guess druid.
She'll be down in a minute. Do your
It is
friends
an
need
honor.
any help?
One of our party members, I'd like to say, went AWOL on us, but we managed to knock him out before he could cause any lasting damage. But
Alright.
we're trying to figure out why and what's caused this issue.
We'll have a healer look at him,
If you could, please.
of course. And at this moment, the eagle lands and transforms into a tall but slender woman with long, coppery hair, intense green eyes. She looks a bit older than Galen does, and she's got the pointed ears of an elf, and she looks around at everyone. Thank you for your help with this incursion, but we could have handled it.
Is there really anything wrong with having a few extra hands to help, though?
No, but you were sloppy. They should never have made it to the wall.
Maybe you guys just fight differently to us.
Clearly. Galen puts his hand on her shoulder. Alright, Lyra, they helped us. Let's see if we can help them in return. Now, that party member of yours, I'm assuming they're the one unconscious on the ground over there, the Dragonborn.
Yes, that is him. If he managed to get any out of his name is Umbra, so...
Alright.
Don't mind his radiant burns.
I assume that was you. I recognize you. You were a member of one of the rat patrols, weren't you?
I was with the Shroud for a while.
Yes, I think I heard about you.
I expect you have.
Alright. Let's see what we can do for your friend Umbra here. And he kneels by Umbra, and his hands glow with a green energy. And Umbra's wounds start closing. He starts breathing easier. And Umbra, you come to consciousness.
What?
Easy there, friend. We've been told you weren't in your right mind. Would you mind telling us what happened?
Who are you before I start speaking?
My name is Galen.
Right. So, here. Where am I? Okay.
You're amongst friends with the Wildwood Sentinels.
A wall. Were we just in a battle?
You were indeed.
Yep.
Oh, am I bound at this point?
I would say
Yeah,
I did hear someone say that you tied him up. We'll just say it was your wrists tied behind your back.
why are my hands tied?
You
went Coco bananas.
You attacked me.
you went AWOL.
What?
You attacked
you mean I-
Tarvis.
What do you mean I attacked you?
Look at him.
When you turned big and you just kind of attacked anything that moved.
So it turned big? What do you mean? Last we were on the wall, we were on the wall.
I'm going to try something, friend. Do you mind if I enter your mind and examine your memories?
It's a reactive death stare, just immediately. Not even intentional, just a reactive one. The eyes glow a little bit. Sure. I don't remember. I just start looking around.
You see Galen's eyes shift to a green, soft green glow, and he puts his hand on Umbra's head. And Umbra tenses and freezes in place, as does Galen. Umbra, you feel a gentle presence on your mind. And you feel someone sifting through memories that you can't quite access. And the touch recedes. Umbra's and Galen's bodies relax now. I see. You're a complicated man, Umbra.
I've been told that before.
It seems as though he's got some connection to a Fey entity. Though, by the looks on your faces, you already knew of this connection. At least in part.
Yes.
What you may not know is that that has clouded his judgment on certain things. He has removed a part of himself, and that reared its ugly head in this battle. It seems to me, Umbra, that you are particularly susceptible to mental energies, and that if you receive too many blows from this source, you may lose control.
I lost control? Is that what you're telling me?
So it would seem. They
Can
do
you
not lie.
fix it?
I can talk to our healers to see if we can put some psychic block in his mind, but I cannot promise anything.
Whatever you can do would surely help.
We will do what we can. Umbra, perchance, do you have any relation with Frangipania?
She was the goddess I worship. And I did worship, and I still do.
Then I myself will pray to her for any help that we can give you.
I thank you. And at this point, I would just like to ask tears for the first, never seen him cry. Tears are just rolling down his face, and he doesn't even recognize it himself. Thank you.
Of course.
What? Am I still meant to be bound? I look directly at body. So, I don't mind if this is how you wish to proceed. However, may I have my hands in front of me instead of behind me?
I think that is up to person you hurt, right? Do you feel safer with him bound or unbound, Harvest?
Let him out. I doubt he's gonna be able to take everyone here.
Thank you. And I apologize for whatever I did. I do apologize. My mind is a bit foggy at the moment. Your name, miss? directing for the healer.
So there is currently no healer here.
Not healer. The elf in front of me.
My name is Lyra. I am one of the archdruidesses of this civilization. We do thank your party for your service to us, and we shall repay you in any means necessary, but in the first instance we shall see if we can find a psychic block for Umbra. That seems to be a pressing matter.
Yes, I'll come along willingly.
And Galen and Lyra start walking the party into the bustling town square at this point. They lead you through various streets, up a rope ladder into a wooden walkway amongst the treetops, over rope bridges, then to a wooden house built into the side of a tree. And there you see a silver-haired elf woman with golden eyes, and she's introduced as Lydia. So you're saying we need to do a psychic block on the Dragonborn here? Is that correct? And she looks around at the party.
Yeah, that's correct.
Alright. Umbra, if you would sit here on this stool, and she gestures to a wooden stool covered in soft green fabric, and we shall do what we can.
Thank you.
I would like you to roll a D100 for me.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I will not tell you what it is going to happen until I see the roll. Lydia places her hands on your shoulders, standing behind you, and you feel her fingertips dig in slightly into your shoulders, not painfully, but enough that you can feel that there is pressure there. And the party sees as her hands glow a soft whitish yellow light, and her eyes flash gold. Umbra, you feel as though there is a wedge being driven into your mind. It's not painful, but it is certainly very uncomfortable, and you can feel parts of your mind shifting. You feel sane. She's cut off the madness, at least temporarily. And she retracts, breathing hard. That's what I could do for now. It's not permanent, but it'll hold for at least a while. I don't know how long, but you're in no danger from him for a while.
Do you have a rough estimate?
Depending on what you come up against, it could be anywhere from 3 weeks to several years. It really depends on the psychic load these defenses will be undergoing.
I wish I could get me some of that.
I don't mean to laugh. Bad habit.
Is there any way you can teach us to redo that?
Who
So-
amongst you would be the most arcane inclined?
I'm a cleric.
My
Alright.
druid.
If you spend the day with me, I'll teach you how to do this in a more permanent setting, that it would require materials and time.
Well, I'm a bit of a collector, so I have lots of materials for my lotions and potions.
Alright. Well, if you stay here with me for today, I will teach you how to do this in a more permanent fashion.
Okay. Well, the rest of you can go and rest, especially Umbra.
any beds around here? If I must stay for a while, or is there an area I would stay for?
Lyra and Galen look at each other and say, at the same time, you can rest at the barracks. You will be properly fed, properly given adequate drink, and you will have space enough to rest. Once you have all rested, we shall talk with you again, and we will find out exactly how we can repay you for helping protect our civilization here. And
Thank you for your kindness.
they incline their heads. Thank you for yours. And they lead you to these rather large wood and stone structures that are fairly modest in terms of decoration and interior. It's mostly just beds, washrooms, mess hall, etc. Very, very basic barracks. But it's comfortable, and you each find yourself resting after a good fight. If you need to, feel free to take a long rest.
Yeah.
Reminds me of home.
Best sleep Xander's had since we started.
Can Ilona take a short rest
She can.
while she's doing her stuff?
I will have to send you details on the psychic block, Emily, but we'll do that after.
Yeah, as soon as I hit the bunk, I'm out cold. That is it.
Hell yeah.
Is the teaching very tiring for Ilona?
It's a lot more intellectual than a lot of other spells you've used in the past. There is a lot of thought and a lot of complexity to it. It reminds you quite jarringly of the teleportation spell that you used to get to the Hells.
Oh, lovely.
Just what she needs to be reminded of.
I think,
Exactly.
yeah, well, once she's done, she'll just kind of stumble into where everyone else is and sit down, kind of slumping.
Alright.
Here I am snoring in the corner.
Long rest completed. It is now nearing the end of the day. The sun's low in the sky, and the sky is various shades of oranges and pinks. You hear a knock at the door, and Galen and Lyra walk in. And Galen looks around the group. Now that I can see that you've all had your rest, join us for a drink?
I'm still sleeping.
Let me wake Xander. If we drink without him, there might be a quintuple homicide?
A man of culture. I like it.
She's just gonna shake it. Wake up!
I've like freaked out and grabbed my sword, and I'm like, huh? Oh.
You want to have a drink?
And I like sheath my sword, and I'm like, when are we going?
Follow us. And then they lead you to the mess hall. It's full of activity, a lot of people in various leather armors, green cloaks. Some people you recognize, Elona, some people don't, though nobody recognizes you, which is very strange to you.
Am I the biggest person in this mess hall?
By about, a decent amount, let's say like about 6 inches or so. You are
Is there
a
any way
very
that-
large man.
Oh,
Maybe-
yes.
Can I do like insight to see why no one seems to recognize me or something?
Sure.
She really, really wants to know what everyone else is thinking of her.
14.
Miss the DC by 1.
What? Someone help me out here! Can I give myself guidance?
I will allow that.
Okay.
Bit late, but I'll allow it.
That would be 16.
Yeah.
Hey.
Let's go.
On first glance, it was as though nobody was recognizing you. But now that you're taking time to look around, you see furtive glances of... They're looking at you and then looking away. They recognize you, but they're not acknowledging you. And it's just more like random people. It's no one that you spent any decent amount of time with. It's more just locals.
Okay. That's fine. I'll just drink in peace.
Galen brings over many mugs of ale, puts them all on the table. Who wants which mug?
I will grab at least one of them.
He,
I'll grab
Me too.
4.
I think 3 for a learner.
you're a thirsty bunch. I appreciate that.
Like a fish out of water, mate.
It's
Cheers
been
to
a while
that.
since I had a-
Thimble's just gonna sit inside of a cup and drink it while he's having a bath.
Wow. Drinking bath water. Wow.
Oh,
Hey,
this is
in some
bloody.
cultures, that's actually acceptable.
This is bloody. What's the name all over again?
We
Who's selling
don't
bath
wanna-
condiments,
no.
mate?
that was the joke. It was a joke.
I
Don't
know
follow
it
up.
was. Please don't.
Maybe flavored water.
I'm just gonna fiddle around with the water itself, twist going in between my fingers, floating around. Fiddle with that for a bit.
Alright. After a couple of mugs each of ale, Galen puts his mug down. Now,
I'm saying.
you've had time to rest, you've had time to relax and reflect. Now, how can we help you? Because you've helped us.
Tell us how to get to Faerwynn? Ilona says with a smile.
Galen smiles and chuckles. Now, look, I don't personally know how to get there. There are plenty of stories. The person you'd be best to talk to would be Mariette Aunter. She's pretty
Did you say
knowledgeable.
Aunter?
I did.
Mm.
Why?
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah,
Okay,
like.
I've been around. You know how her son is missing?
Yeah, Vareth.
Yeah, so we found Vareth,
You found him.
and then, yeah, and then we lost him again, and he was taken back to Faerwynn, and we have been trying to save him.
Maybe
Is he back?
don't tell Mariette that little bit of detail. Tell her
You're right.
you found evidence that somebody might have come through and gone back, and you're investigating it.
I mean,
Each
that
will
is very accurate in my case.
What was that, Steve?
No, I'm just saying it's very accurate in my case. This entire time, Umbra hasn't touched a glass. He's just sitting, watching.
But yeah, I can bring you over to Mariette and we can get that conversation started. You sure there's nothing else?
That's really the only reason we have come through here, is because we are trying to find Vareth and get him back.
so trying to bring him home.
Alright.
We each made a promise to him that we would help him.
Alright. Well, in that case, he downs the rest of his third mug, slams on the table. If you'll follow me, I'll show you to Mariette.
I'm gonna take a mug for the walk.
Lara just looks at you, rolls her eyes,
Oh.
and she walks off into one of the offices.
Deal with it, love.
I'll finish the whatever one I'm drinking. Just scull it before we leave.
Nice. Galen leads you through a collection of corridors through this building, up a couple of flights of stairs, to a third-story office. He knocks softly on the door. Marriott, it's Galen. Got some people for you to see. She calls back, come in. And he opens the door. Behind this gorgeous wooden carved table, behind piles upon piles of paperwork, is an elven woman with long red hair, wearing a green dress that doesn't quite go to her wrists. It's very flowy. It's got very, very wide sleeves. And there's an intensity to her eyes as she looks up at you. And who might you all be?
Hi. We're just looking for a way to get to Faerwynn, and we were told that you could help us.
Alright, and how many of you are going?
All?
Everyone,
Alright.
you see.
Us, yeah.
Galen, I've got this from here. You're welcome to leave, and if you'd shut the door behind you when on your way out. Yes, ma'am. He shuts the door and leaves. Alright. You need to get to Faerwynn. Any particular reason, or is it just a social visit?
Rescue mission.
We found evidence of one of our party members being taken there. So
I
we
commiserate with your pain. I have lost someone to Faerwynn myself.
and I'm gonna like sit
When it
there.
just kind of goes, ugh.
My eyes like
Dibble's gonna put his hands on his waist and nod his head solemnly, nodding, realizing the rest of the group's also sad. He's gonna pretend to go along with it.
Okay, I need all of you to roll deception checks.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
9.
Mm-hmm. Oh, oh no.
Oh, let's see. Wait. Sorry, I gotta load my thing up. I'll be quick.
I'm giving Thimble disadvantage because he doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah, I was gonna say what, and then I was like, yeah, actually, that makes sense. Oh, that's a good 6. I'll take it. Could have been a 17, but
Am I the highest with 16?
Yeah, by a long way.
The next highest was 9.
we're screwed. We're so screwed.
So the average is below 10. Great.
the average is below 7.
She
I got a
pauses.
3, Chief.
She pauses and looks at the party. A party member. Did this party member by any chance have dark hair? They were half elven in nature, have green eyes, and fairly childlike in appearance?
Me, but like small.
It's awfully specific description.
I actually think he was average size, if not way too big.
Thimble, shut up.
Yeah, he had like a huge beard for a really long time.
Did his
To be
name
honest with you.
start with V?
To be perfectly upfront and honest with you, we're not gonna dance around the point.
I mean,
We
I
try.
only speak confirm.
You can try, it won't work. Because clearly she's already seen through us all. I'll be upfront with honest with you, my lady.
I mean, you know,
Yes.
I'm a Fae. I obviously can't lie. One of his names started with an A. That's all I'm gonna say.
One of my
Oh.
names starts with an A. Faye.
It must be your middle name,
Well,
obviously.
we
Thimble, shut up.
may have been told not to talk about it, but all of us suck at that.
Alright.
Stop.
Well,
Good
it's your,
luck.
it's your
Remind me to strangle Galen later. Alright. So obviously you know the whereabouts of my son. Obviously he has come back. And I'm guessing you lost him.
Well, it was Selra. She Like,
it got complicated.
it got complicated, and she kind of like, I don't know, she must have gotten in contact with some Fae people, and they took him and they opened the portal, and he got sucked through. We tried to stop it, but
Opened
we
their
are just.
own portal. Now that's interesting.
I mean, Thimble was right next to it. What did it look like, Thimble?
What did it look like?
Was that like an actual
Does
question?
someone remember? Yeah, that's an actual question.
All right. It looks like a circle of toadstools started underneath Varys' feet and then expanded out to completely encapsulate him, and he fell through the circle of toadstools.
It actually quite looked like a bunch of toadstools around Barrett, and then it rapidly expanded, sucking him in.
Interesting. She grabs a piece of parchment and writes some notes. All right. It's not unheard of for an archdevil to get in contact with archfey. So my guess is you pissed off Selra enough that she wanted to fuck with you.
I do. What? Why would she
Sounds
do
like
that?
plans.
At the expense of my son.
We got proper,
I will help
right.
you get there. But the window of time to get there is closing. You have 2.5 weeks to get to this point. And she gets out a map and points out a specific clearing just to the northeast of Latio. There is a tree stump there surrounded by toadstools. You will need some equipment in order to get through at the right time. The day you are looking for is specifically the 12th day of Sabraith, the spring equinox, also known as the Day of the Dawn. By a very strange coincidence, it also happens to be my son's birthday. I have a lot of what you will need, but there are some things you'll have to find when you get there. You will need a tuning fork attuned to Faerwynn. I have one in my possession. You will need some silver. The Fae love silver. This will help link to the other side. You'll need some sacred herbs that only grow in that clearing. And you will need to mark the toadstools in a circle of salt. I can supply the salt, the silver, and the tuning fork.
I've done that. I've done a few summoning circles in my time.
The herbs that we need to gather from the clearing. Is there a easier way to verify that they are the herbs we're looking for?
You'll need to find the flowers with green petals and yellow stems.
Green petals, yellow stems. Okay.
Now be warned. The forests are particularly dangerous at that time. You will need to be on your guard.
We always are.
I never leave.
Is there anything in particular that you deem overtly dangerous to us?
We have heard tell of a couple of magical beings in the region, relying on insectoid magic and other such things. We've heard tell of a necromancer in the region as well. I would avoid those as best I can. Xander, you feel a tingle at the mention of those two creatures.
Well, I look a little visibly uncomfortable.
There will also be increased activity of fiends and goblins at that time, as there is plenty of light to fight with.
Great. More of those useless fucks.
Now, the portal will only be open for 30 seconds.
Jesus.
To get
That's
out,
not
you will need to find a linking portal to an outside connection. They will be very easy to find. It's harder to get there than get it back.
Well, I guess that's something.
Now, for your protection, I am inclined to send someone with you, and to provide a friendly face for Vareth. You can expect to greet her tomorrow morning.
Right, yeah.
Now, give me half an hour and I will get all the materials that I can to help you. I'll meet you in the mess hall.
Alright.
Just before we all exit the room, Alona's gonna turn and just say, I promise I will bring your son back to you.
I will hold you to that. And there's an
Also like
intensity to her stare.
If it's possible, as everyone leaves as well. We know, like, being unfamiliar with, I assume she is of high rank, all, everything, when it comes to the Wildwood.
Mm-hmm. She
Two
is
things. Adam. Oh, yep, after you.
She is of high rank, yes, you're correct.
Awesome. I pull out of my pack a letter of introduction and a seal of emissaryship. Our fight with the Dwarven King as one of the can't remember his name off the top of my head. Sorry, I'm looking through notes.
Ivor.
Ivor?
Ivor.
Yes.
I'll pull out that and I'll also include my extra note there too with for her to read.
She takes these papers, gives you a look. I
When
will
you've got the
inspect
time.
these.
I expect nothing less, my lady.
She nods her head and closes the door behind you.
Seems like that one's down. Interestingly.
I wish I had a mother that cared about me that much.
Well, if she cares enough to fuck with you alone, I think she cares in some small increment.
Not the same.
To know that her son could be so close if he was still with us. That's probably.
I
don't-
don't think anybody has ever cared about me that intensely. Kind of comforting to know that it exists.
Reptiles.
We'll get him back.
Yeah.
Even if I have to go through an army.
I think I'm going to go and meditate for a while.
I'm gonna go get something to eat.
And go through meditation as well. Both of us, I don't need to apologize to you.
Look, I'm not one to judge for not being in control of your own body. I know you didn't really experience, but as far as I know, there was a period of a few months where I wasn't even in control of my own, so.
I think your they're standing front. But again, I must apologize. Even though I was not in control, it was still my body that did you harm. And for that, I am sorry.
Look, just promise me you'll at least help us sort it out.
Of course. Been something I've had to deal with for a very long time. I mean, this wedge I put in my mind has actually eased a lot of the weight I've been feeling for the last few weeks, months actually. Which is good. My mind is less foggy, so to speak.
Oh well. I guess that's something we might also have to deal with while we're in Faerwynn.
Well, at least we know my owner cares enough to intervene at some point. But I don't think it's a good intervene. Anyway, on that, I'll give him another. He's gonna walk out, find a bit of a forestry area or clearing somewhere around just to sit.
Plenty of nature around.
Nature's like their thing here.
Like we're in the forest.
Actually,
What?
can I get something to eat and then go practice my dual wielding?
Yep, absolutely.
Sweet.
After a bit, Mariette finds you all, and she's carrying a rather large sack of salt, a metal rod that splits into two sections, and a silver mirror. You must look after these. This is all that I could get on short notice.
I love.
Alright. Tomorrow you will be meeting someone at the steps of the barracks. They shall accompany you to this spot. And they will accompany you
Yeah.
into the Feywild.
Can we know who this is, or?
They will introduce themselves to you at the time.
You've been more than generous. Thank you.
You bring my son back to me and we'll call it even.
So we can guarantee.
You have our word. I don't plan on failing.
Not again.
I would
What do you
actually
mean,
like to see my son after 50 years. That would be nice.
Sorry,
Always
did you
good
just
to
say
see,
50? Yes?
Yes. He disappeared 50 years ago.
You'd
It's
say
when
at the
Valak was
time.
still a boy.
Like you
Father.
say,
Time.
moves. Time in the Fae moves differently.
It does.
Indeed.
I have a portrait of him.
You have a portrait of him.
Yeah, I had an artist paint us all. You can have it until we get back.
Thank you.
This is It's a perfect picture of him. He's brave and kind. He's a great cook.
Great shot with bow.
And we all love him. Please don't think that us losing him was easy, because it has been the hardest thing in the world. And we will do anything to get him back.
And you can see behind the brave face, there are tears welling up in her eyes. I believe you. It is why I am sending someone as reassurance. I would go with you myself, but I have responsibilities here.
More than fair. You must be busy. You've taken up much of your time. We shall leave the court.
Thank you. And thank you for tracking him down. And she leaves.
Alright. We ready to set out? Wait, shouldn't we introduce ourselves to the person she sent?
It's
Reassuring.
nighttime, right? We have to
Yep.
sleep first.
Yeah.
Let's sleep first.
Go eat, drink, and sleep.
I think
We
Alona's just gonna sit in the moonlight for a bit and meditate again.
I might do the same. See if I can get any connection to my higher powers.
I'm gonna eat, sleep,
Alright.
like I've never before. I'm back in a barracks. It's like home.
Alright. I'm just fixing something up really quick, and then we'll
Yep.
get into it. Alright, you guys have the night to yourselves. What do you do?
While
Get
Alona's
food.
meditating, can she try to kind of discern or try to go to that place that she's drawing her power from?
Roll a d100.
D100. A 45.
45. You're meditating and you're focusing on that spark of power within you. But you're just not getting any traction. There is power coming from somewhere, but you just can't quite follow it back to the source.
Can I try to do it again, but this time cast Twilight Sanctuary around me?
Alright, yeah. Go for it.
95?
Alright. In the Twilight Sanctuary, you focus on that little mote of power within you, and it's almost like your perspective shifts. Feels like you're falling forward, but physically you know that you're sitting still. You lift your head and look around you, and you see not your Twilight Sanctuary, but a realm of purples and blues and pinks, and in the distance there's a thundercloud. And then you snap back to yourself. And you know within yourself this doesn't come from any god or any fiend. Allow you to draw your own conclusions from that. Anyone else have things they're wanting to do in the nighttime?
I
Food.
do.
Alright. Who's going first?
I'm happy for you to take it first, Easty. I'll go.
Ah.
I'll go next.
Mine's nothing crazy. If you have stuff you want to do.
Thanks, man. Oh well, yeah. Two things I want to do. That's what I DM. First was while I'm meditating and taking a bit of time there, I'd like to try and reach out to Frangipania and, well, I mean, try and get a sense if Lobad's been still hanging around in the head.
Roll a d100.
D2.
52. You turn your focus inwards, surrounded by nature, reaching out to Frangipania, reaching out into your own consciousness to see if you can find any traces of Lobad. You can feel that Lobad's still got some connection there, but it has been diminished thanks to the psychic block that has been put in place. Reaching out to Frangipania, you don't feel any connection there that you can discern.
Having said that, would like to just take a bit of a stroll around after having that bit of a moment of self-reflection. Take a stroll around the encampment and see if I can make my way back to Vareth's mother and see if she's had time to read that message in the paper. Just I figure I might as well check in and on that way go to the mess hall and grab some food if she is not there, or try and find someone who does know where she is.
Sure. You knock on the same door that Galen had walked you to. Come in.
My apologies for the call at this late hour. May we have a moment?
Sure. What can I help you with?
Have you had any time? I know you've been busy to read the papers until I present them to you. Or at least have them officiated.
I've had time to glance over them. You can see that you've done some great deeds over in Skjalvik. Is that correct?
Yeah.
This business that you are from the tribe that the Wildwood Sentinels were created out of. Is there any truth to this?
May I sit?
Of course. And she gestures to a rather nicely carved wooden chair.
Now, I'm going to tell a tale, if that is okay with you. And I know you have a discerning eye, so I'm not going to lie. When you mentioned about losing your Vareth to those both to the realm of Faerwynn, I actually am from there myself. By my reckoning, 200 years ago, at a battle of the fjord, when my tribe was slaughtered at the hands of Drow mercenaries, while the content was still being properly formed. Several of my kinsmen and my brother and sister, and, well, I call her not my wife, not my girlfriend, not my lover, but someone who I sworn my life to. Us four were sent to the realms by an elder, who was prior to him being slaughtered himself. And there I lived for, from my account, 200 years, based off the records I've been managed to uncover on my trips to your modern library, so to speak. And, well, I cannot speak for Varus treatment, but I know of the unforgiving nature of that realm. Well, you've probably been informed about the influence of an archfey on me. Yes?
Yes, that has reached my ears.
I will not lie to you, while you've shown such kindness, both in helping me, but also the people here. I have a connection to Lobat, the decay. Cut a long story short, similar to you, I lost loved ones. Lost them in some of the most gruesome, terrifying, and scarring ways imaginable. And to help me stay sane, or at least some remnants of it, I made a deal with that decay. It became part of their service. And they took away the trauma and the madness in which I so deeply resented and could not contain anymore. To the point where I don't even remember the name or the face of my own father, other kinsmen outside of these four. And for the last, in your time at least, 200 years, for me it felt so much longer. I've been in service to that. Okay. I've done many things in my time in service there. And I know a lot from those who kept Vareth. We spoke at length about this at one point, though I may have accidentally scared him. He's a very noble, kind-hearted young man, but he can also be very timid.
Yes, we may have not been the kindest to him.
I'll tell you one thing. In all the time that I spent with him, he never not stopped loving his family. He's thought about them for a very long time, from everything he's told me. And while he admits that the training wasn't ideal, it's kept him alive, and it made sure that he became the strong young man that he is. And I mean, it's a testament to him, because you should have seen him in some of the battles we've done in my short time with the group. He's been outstanding.
Good. I'm glad we trained him well.
Oh, I do digress, and I do apologize for that. My thoughts do get very foggy very quickly. The point of what I'm saying is that I understand what we are walking back into. And I would like to take this opportunity to apologize and definitely take breath and ask for your forgiveness. I know what we're about to do. The place we're going, it will not be kind. And if my time taught me anything, 400 years felt so much longer. But then, in your mind, he's been gone for 50. Yes, time will be a very fickle thing. You know, you last a while, but just know, when we are there, our perception of time may be very different to yours.
Yes, we do have our stories here of that place and time not behaving as it should is part of our stories. I have no expectations on who we get back as long as it's my son.
And at least we can agree on that much. And also, thank you for not trying to slay me straight away. I know the animosity that your people have against any of those who have a stench of that realm. I'm even met one of your bartenders at your local tavern. Lost a sister. Feel that very much. So, I thank you for sheltering us, even though, well, it might go against all the better nature of your people. Well, I've taken much of your time.
Alright. I've got paperwork to get to. You can trust the person you're meeting tomorrow. I want there to be no doubt about that. You can trust her.
Thank you. I don't think much trust is in doubt. I think there's more trust about me. If I'm being honest, a new person might be good for them. So, I will ask you, if you do get the chance to authenticate that information, do you know what happened to the remnants of those people from the fjord? They traveled a long way to settle here.
Based on my knowledge of our people's history, we were originally a tribe of Dragonborn, much like yourself. However, declining birth rates necessitated an expansion of population diversity, and so the local elven tribes were absorbed, and then eventually the humans joined, and other such species. We do still have Dragonborn here, but they are few and far between. Which was why I was asking if this was the truth about what you sent. Because to us, it's just history.
I think so. And yes, it was very impactful on your situation. When they first found out that there was no one else, no one my kind left, in this part of the world at least. It made me long for that connection. But thank you for putting my mind at peace.
Of course.
Yeah. I think you all stand up from the chair. I'll tuck it back to where it was. Thank you.
She inclines her head to you,
Okay.
and she gets back to her paperwork.
And I'll make my way to the mess hall after that.
Alright. Tarvis, you had stuff you wanted to do.
Just get food and get drunk.
Alright, roll con save.
Yo!
You specifically said you want to get drunk. Roll a con save.
That is a 6.
Oh, I do not envy the hangover you're gonna have tomorrow. Anything else you wanted to do?
I don't know. I think he'll probably head to bed after that.
Alone
That's
just sees
fair.
him stumble back inside.
Doesn't even make it to the bed. Just falls asleep next to it.
That sounds
He
like
would
something
put him
Thomas
into
would
it.
do.
She would put him into the bed, I think.
Okay, that's me done.
Alright, anyone else? Henry, did you have stuff you wanted Thimble to do?
Yeah, I wanted him to go see Maria, but someone's already done that, so he's probably watched someone go and talk to her and kind of be like, yo, it's actually not as bad as it could have been, like. So he's probably just sitting up in the rafters of the male, like, barracks, and he's just waiting for Xander to get back with a bag of mushrooms next to him, ready to stuff Xander's mouth when he goes to sleep. He's just turned this into a game. He's just like, yep, cool. This is like an every night kind of occurrence now. Like, eventually I'll get him. You know, that kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Oh, great. And then, oh, yeah.
You cut out quite significantly there. What did you say?
Oh, can you guys not hear me again?
Nah, not really, sorry, bud.
Oh,
It's
Yeah.
bed now.
yeah.
Yeah.
I said wow, I've turned into a puppet in a game that Thimble's made.
If you told him earlier you didn't like it, he would have stopped. But you kept going, so now he just thinks you sleep through everything, and he's testing his limit testing.
That's wise.
That's asking.
Now he has to see how far he can take it.
Like I said, unwise.
Is there anyone in the barracks that recognizes Alona? Are people still kind of watching her?
Roll a perception check.
A 9.
You're looking around and... No, not really.
Okay, she can sleep peacefully then.
Can I notice Thimble?
Roll perception. Thimble, roll stealth.
Nat 20, you piece of shit.
Wait, did you actually nat 20?
I rolled a nat
Yeah,
20.
he actually nat 20.
25.
There's no fucking point for me even trying this, but no,
You might get a nat 20 as well.
No,
But
definitely
the-
not.
definitely fucking
Yeah, no.
not.
Thimble, the glowing little fey creature with a gigantic bag of mushrooms, somehow escapes your notice.
Wow. It's rigged.
Doesn't Owen Wilson?
He's naturally invincible at the moment. He's just like lying in wait, being like, my prey will come. I must wait to fill his mouth with mushrooms.
I'm already like there.
He's in your mouth.
Where's he got the mushrooms from?
Around.
Stole.
He's
Alright, well, if everyone's done what they want to do, we'll fast forward to the morning. Dawn comes, and you all, except maybe Tarvis, wake feeling refreshed. Ready to start your day.
I haven't slept this in a long time.
Xander, are you
What?
feeling full?
No, not really.
I might have to try something else. Thimble disappears.
Okay. Bye, I guess. That's fucking weird. Can I go to can I go to Tarvis and just go, a symbol asked if you are full, This is a question.
No, he isn't. Why?
I don't know. He just asked me that question, and I said no, not really. And then he's like, and then disappeared. And I'm like, should I be worried?
Right. Well, yeah, true, actually.
Seems a little out of the book, don't you think?
This is Thimble we're talking about.
Yeah, but like out of the book for Thimble.
Yeah, maybe go see a healer before we do too much.
So I like shrink off before we go meet this person.
Alright. If you'd like to roleplay that, cool. If not, I can tell you what kind of happens.
Yeah, I don't really role playing that.
They tell you that you have a lot of mushrooms.
What do you mean, a lot of mushrooms?
You
Like-
have consumed a lot of mushrooms in your sleep.
Right. Now I know what he means. Okay, I'm gonna thank the healers very much and say sorry to them for wasting their time. And I'm gonna go find Thimble.
Alrighty.
Can I prepare? Can I prepare an action? As soon as I see Vanda, I cast invisibility, and I'm out of there.
I've got a bit of a frustrated look on my face. I'm walking towards you.
I cast invisibility. I'm out of there. I'm gone.
Don't worry. Much.
You won't find me.
Thimble, just stop the mushroom game.
Mushrooms?
Yes. Stop feeding me mushrooms in my sleep.
But you don't even notice. How did you know?
Because I'm gonna be honest, I got a little worried. And so I went to see a healer.
Oh.
Because I was like, what have you done?
You just hear his voice going around in circles above you, but he's still invisible. He's just like out of there. He's just like, nah.
You can stop the game. It was funny once. That's it. Please.
Ah, okay then.
Thank you. And I'm gonna meet up with the rest of the party.
Alright. Waiting at the top of the steps of the barracks, you notice a figure walking towards the group with purpose. Henry, would you like to describe this figure?
At first, you think Vareth is walking towards you. There's an individual with long brown hair, green eyes, very slender build. But as they come closer, you notice that the clothes are far too different. The posture's too different. They're a little bit smaller than Vareth. And as they actually see you guys, they start to sprint towards you, jumping up and trying to hug Ilona. Oh my god! Did you guys actually meet him?
I was like hand on sword, ready.
I don't know what is going on.
Did you meet Vareth?
Yes?
Yeah.
Oh my god! That's my older brother!
What the fuck?
Oh,
Yeah!
well,
Sister.
I'm Mariette! It's nice to meet you guys!
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
On the
Oh my
shoulder.
God.
You can stop hugging me now.
She like awkwardly lets go and moves backwards, and is just like, so where were you guys? Where did you go? Where did you find them?
We found him
Yeah.
wandering.
Wondering? Where was he wandering? We were looking
like
for him
in
for
a-
ages.
Well, he was in Fjortund.
Yeah.
Why
We
was
were
he
in
in
like
Fjord?
a spider den.
Spider Den? I don't think he even likes spiders.
He does not.
The
Crazy.
awesome.
And then we were with him for ages, and then it was, you know, devils and fae and
Yeah,
stuff
fuck the Fae.
happened.
We hate the Fae here.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna take a quick look at Thimble to see his reaction to that.
Bombastic side eye.
And then Ariat notices Thimble. Oh. What's this thing doing here?
Well, he says that Vareth was keeping him hostage. So I guess we're kind of returning him home as well, while also getting Vareth to bring him home. And yeah.
Oh,
Can I just say your big brother was kind of like a little brother to me.
Oh,
I
so you're
loved
like a
him
big
lot.
sister. I don't have a
guess
big
so.
sister. I've only got 2 big brothers, but I never met Barrett. I was still a baby when he was lost.
Barris got an older
Well-
brother.
You look just like him.
Oh, thanks. I think everyone in our family looks kind of similar. We look more like our mum, except for our hair, which is like our dad's.
Kind of makes
Well-
sense.
You're coming with us to find Vareth?
Yeah, I'll take you guys there. It's a pretty quick, walk if you guys can keep up. How long is it gonna be, Reese?
By foot, you would not make it in time. By dragon back, you will make it with 2 days to spare.
Well,
Have you ever wanted to ride a dragon?
Has she ever seen a dragon?
She's read about them.
I mean, I've never seen one, but I'd be keen to see it.
Well, do you want to meet Jads?
Sure.
What?
I will. Jads, I choose you!
Oh god.
And a
Wait, how did you
large blue dragon is suddenly standing in the middle of a very busy street.
I'm gonna give Jads a little scratch.
How the fuck did you put that dragon in there?
Magic is crazy.
Magic is
I
crazy.
don't like
This is Jad. She's a sweetheart. She loves to fly, and she likes long walks on the beach. And
In
eating.
all of your minds, you now hear, "Hi."
what?
Right.
What was that?
wow. She can speak now.
Jads,
What
did
do
you
you
just
mean,
say your
speak?
first word?
No.
Oh, my baby is growing up.
Wait, did Jats actually just speak?
Yeah.
My tripping balls.
No.
Oh,
Guys,
Oh,
we're
it's
actually
so-
still on the boat from Arc 2, and when we had that alcohol.
You are so beautiful, Jads. I'm so excited for you.
She presses her snout to your forehead.
Any hoozle, we can take Jads, and then Umbra can be a bird, and who else? How did we do it last time?
Oh god. Not this shit
can-
again.
I believe you guys did a lot of
Wait.
summoning last time.
I'll
I
put
got-
off
I got
with
turned.
ring.
Yeah,
Well-
that's right.
We probably have
And then I
some
wild
eagles
strike.
or something to spare. We'll just have to go meet one of our druids.
Okay.
Don't know how I feel about this.
Do you mind if Jads has some goes hunting for a little bit?
I think you have to ask someone else up the food chain.
Maybe it's easier to go back into the bowl for the food. Do you mind, Jads?
Of course, mother.
No. Mother, I am been
Puppy.
here.
Oh no.
And the dragon
You think
gets sucked
a
back into the
nickname.
ball. Alright, so you're gonna go talk to some druids, is that right?
Yeah, gonna see if we can get some eagles.
Ah.
Alright, Ariat, you lead the party to what looks to be some sort of aviary of some kind. A rather large wooden thatch building with various openings high up in the structure. And there is a druid just leaning against the door watching you approach. He's got long blonde hair that goes to about the middle of his back, green eyes, wearing various leathers, and he's currently smoking a pipe, and he's just watching you approach, just standing there.
Hey! Wait, who was
Ariat?
it again?
I never said a name. You know his name would be David.
David! How's it going?
Not too bad, Ariat. How are you doing?
Not too bad, not too bad. I was just wondering, I know after the accident last time you're probably going to say no, but could I have some eagles, please?
Wait, accident?
Don't worry, there was no accident in the Wildwood Sentinels. I'm
Alona's
just
gonna wave
wondering,
and smile sweetly to try to help convince.
I just need to borrow them for a quick journey. It's only going to be, about 2 weeks.
How
You
long
understand,
will
right?
Do I need to talk to your mother?
I mean, you could, but she's just going to tell you to do it, so... We're on a really important quest. It's to find Faerwynn. We finally found him!
Roll persuasion.
Can I give guidance?
That's a 15 plus D4, or...
D4 is
Yeah.
guidance.
That's 17.
He kind of shakes his head, takes a drag from his pipe. Alright. You said you're going to be on about 2 weeks. I'll give you 2 of the stronger flyers. It's not going to be as fast, but you'll cover more ground in a day. I got more longevity.
Thank you so much. I won't crash them this time, I promise.
You
There'll
better
be no
not.
broken beaks or wings.
If there are, there will be hell to pay.
Oh, trust me, I know.
You
Ah.
guys don't know what you mean when you say you've got hell to pay.
I trust you know better than I do. Alright, come on, follow me. And he leads you inside, and there are 7 or 8 of these giant eagles sitting there proudly. And he points out to one's got a white tuft of feathers that goes over the forehead to the back of the head, and another that's very dark in coloration but has a white chest. These two will do you right.
Thank you. Instantly starts settling them up, getting ready to go. She doesn't even look at him when she says thank you. She's just like straight up. She's like straight to the point.
Kids.
Thank
And he
you.
walks away.
So, you guys have obviously ridden eagles before, so this is going to be super easy.
Who wants to go with me on the dragon?
I mean, I'm keen to go on the dragon if you let me.
Yeah, of course.
Will we all fit on the eagles and the dragon?
Dividing all of you between those, that'll be enough.
Pickly man, will I go?
I'll take an eagle.
Alright. For the sake of expediency, you all mount up and fly into the sky.
Cool like that.
For the sake of expediency, we'll speed forward to you arriving 2.5 weeks later at a grove of trees. Now, you can't quite see the stump that was described, so if any of you would like to make survival checks to see if you can find it.
Try, I have summoning
Try that.
fingers.
I'm good. I can do that as well.
Can I
That's
give
an
someone advantage?
19.
Tim will get an 18.
Nope.
Alright, I'll say that's good. You've landed in a less dense part of the forest, and some of you, knowing the wildlands a bit better than others, are able to kind of orient yourself the right way and go, okay, based on description, this is kind of the way we should be going. And you walk deeper into the thicker parts of the forest, where you would not have been able to land on your various flyers.
Alright, guys, so we're in the general area. One problem, I can't see the stump anywhere. Let's have a look and let's get to it.
You head
Is
out
there
in...
any sign?
You go?
No, I was gonna say, as we land, was there any sign of anything that seemed unnatural in the environment?
Or a perception check.
Oh, that's so depressing.
Buddy. Yeah,
It was on 18. So upset.
Unfortunately, you don't notice anything. Alright.
No.
Following the
things.
lead of Ilona, of all people, you delve into the undergrowth. You're walking for 1 hour. 2. 5. 8. You're now starting to lose daylight.
We make a come for the evening.
Is Thimble still with us?
Yeah.
I don't suppose. I'll say to Thimble, I don't suppose you have any idea where this is?
Can Thimble put some like feelers out magically to see if anything feels like similar to him?
Roll D100.
Three.
Oh,
Nope.
no.
Thimble is clueless.
As I told you, I'm basically a tourist. I don't know where I am.
Can I do some investigating around?
Yep, sure. What are you looking for?
Any good leads? That's an 11, so
Any good leads?
yeah. Potentially lead us. We're looking for toadstools, aren't we?
Yeah, you're looking for a tree stump surrounded by toadstools. With an 11, you could find various clumps of toadstools, and with your training, you'd know that they'd grow in slightly more moist areas. Where you currently are, you feel like you're on the edge of that sort of region. If you go a little bit deeper in, that you're not sure how much deeper in, but a bit, you would be definitely heading in the right direction. But you've got a sense of where you should be going. Though now it is getting dark.
Can I pull out the blade and use that technically as a torch? Because technically, isn't it on fire?
It is. I will allow you to get 10 feet of dim light around you.
Oh, well, it's better than nothing.
Do you just
Thimble-
want some? I can cast my thing on you so you can see 300 feet.
Oh, yeah. Dark vision thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
To-
yeah, that
To all the
helps.
people who cannot see in the dark.
Like myself.
Well, if
Uh,
Umbra just turned into a bird, couldn't he just find them? Like, he has a better perception up there. He sees better.
I think we're on the edge of where we are supposed to be. The toadstools like to, well, any fungi really likes to grow in moist areas.
Can tell you that for sure.
Just what I've gathered. So, we're close, but could be closer.
So you guys pushing on into the night?
I mean, yeah, we need to find this.
Yeah.
Alright. I'd like new survival checks, because now you're trying to peer through the darkness. I understand you all have access to dark vision, but it's still going to look different.
It's a 23.
18.
22.
Fucking around.
8.
Thank you, Thomas.
I'm pitching in.
Wow,
Thanks,
everyone
Lauren.
did really well except for you.
And Thimble. Thimble did worse than Thomas.
Thimbles,
Jordan,
I
nat
think
1.
Thimbles just mucking around. He's just like, yeah, we'll find it. We got a day left. Like,
Feels like
he's
8
looking in
years
the same
old,
area
right?
as Thomas. No, he's like, sorry. When I said that, I had no clue how old he was. So he's like 2000.
Oh,
He's just got a
bitch.
childlike mind.
Trying to make me feel bad. That
Well, I mean, if he's a child like mine, he's like kind of stunted, obviously. He obviously didn't get the health, academic growth he needed as a child to understand the necessities of life.
and 2,000 years of experience was not enough for him.
No, it
2,000
was
years
not.
of Fae experience, so that's gotta mess you up a little bit.
Yeah, Faye experience sends you in the other direction for a bit.
It is like, when you get to the 4,000, 5,000 year mark, that's when you really blossom.
Anyway, moving on. The highest one was 23, followed by 22. Xander and Umbra are leading the way through the undergrowth, tracking down various pieces of toadstool, keeping on moving. You feel like you're getting closer. The fungi population is getting more and more dense. The smells around you start to smell a lot more earthy and a lot more of you know the smell of fresh earth in a rainforest? That's the smell you're starting to get now.
Aight.
This is
That's
now
the
pushing on your
te-
10th hour, 11th hour,
Can
13th
Thimble
hour.
try following this smell? Like, just turning his eye off and following this smell?
Roll perception check. If you get below 10, you fly into a tree.
I fly into a fucking tree. Guys, I'm really struggling right now. Like, I thought it was like right here.
Oh my god. The comedy of it.
He's trying his best, okay? That's all I'm gonna say.
He's just a little guy.
He's just a little guy.
Yeah, Thimble's not having a great time. But you're now at your 16th hour of walking.
How does the environment look around us? Like we're obviously moving in the right direction, but has it changed at all, or does it look like we're going around in circles?
No, it's definitely changing. There's more evidence of fungus. There's more evidence of ferns and other plants that you would see in a more lush rainforest. You seem to be getting close. If you want, you can roll a perception check.
Well, I was gonna say, knowing my connection with fungus and this type of plant life, just looking to see if I could get a sense of actually, are we making headway properly,
Yes, you are.
or are we going? I'll make perception. 17.
You can hear in the
I'll give
distance
you
off to your
guidance.
left-hand side the sound of a waterfall.
What does stump anywhere near a waterfall by chance? Do anyone recall that?
Does Ariat know the information? What does Thimble know the information?
Neither do,
Thimble
as
doesn't.
far as anyone's been told. No mention of a waterfall.
Thimble does know that he exited through a waterfall, though, doesn't he? Like,
Yes,
he was-
Thimble is aware of that he exited through a waterfall.
I mean, we exited through a waterfall. Like, when Barrett and I left, like, we jumped through a waterfall.
Alona's gonna cast See Invisibility. See
Alright.
if there's anything around.
Okay, are you looking just horizontal, as in this sort of range of motion, or are you
Just-
looking a little bit up, a little bit down?
Anywhere it lasts for an hour.
All directions. Okay. During this hour, you see an orb of red energy following the group for a little bit.
And I cast Sacred Flame on it.
You can try. Sacred Flame, is that a dex save?
Fortunately, try.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna roll. Give me a moment. Natural 19.
It succeeds.
Alright. Do you keep moving along?
Would we have seen Alona cast that spell?
Were you being subtle about it?
Nah.
Then yes, you would have.
Alona. Question? What was that about?
I just thought I saw something, but I might just be tired.
The red orb disappears.
Something we should be concerned about?
I don't know. We've been walking a long time.
We should maybe make camp at that waterfall or something or other soon.
I don't know if we have time.
Maybe right. Oh. Keep walking.
Go check out closer to the waterfall.
Alright. As you arrive at the waterfall, you notice the sun is starting to rise. The sky is getting lighter.
Fuck.
I'd like you all to take a point of exhaustion.
That's no good.
So
You've
is it the
walked
day
through the
before now?
night. It is now the 11th of Sarath.
How do I add exhaustion?
Did I hear someone ask how to add exhaustion?
Yeah, that was me. Oh, conditions. Sorry.
Conditions. And then it's on the bottom.
You figured it out.
Yep. Big brain.
Big brain.
Oh,
They've changed exhaustion, I'm aware.
they have. Oh,
For the better or the worse?
I haven't looked into it too deeply. What do you think is
so every time you do you roll a d20, the roll is reduced by 2 times your exhaustion level.
Ooh.
And your speed is reduced as well.
Yeah, equal to 5 times your exhaustion level.
Oh,
So
that's
that number of
gross.
feet.
Yikes.
And yeah, that's it though.
Damn.
I don't think I appreciate that.
And if you get to 6, you die.
That was always
I
part
mean,
of
that-
it.
Oh,
Right.
that was always a thing.
I didn't know that.
That's why exhaustion's
Literally-
gross.
Literally dying from exhaustion.
Me, constantly.
Well, it appears we might need to be. Have we made it to this area?
Yeah, you've made it to the waterfall
Walking
now,
through
but
the
it's now dawn. You've walked through the night.
Should we take a rest for the moment?
We can't.
You notice that Ariette has kind of like a familiar look on her face. It looks very sad. It looks like she's just. She's not given up, but she knows that this isn't going to turn well.
I want to try something. Something I've never done before. Okay. I'm going to try augury.
Oh, okay.
I'm just going to meditate for a little bit and see if I can find the right way using my big old brain.
What level spell is it? I'm just looking it up.
I don't. It's level
Level 2.
second level.
What does it do?
I don't think it matters if I do. So which way do we think we need to go? Towards the waterfall?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I will ask about that as my course of action.
You receive the Wheel and Woe omens.
Okay.
What was that?
So
That means
it
depression.
could be good to go that way, or it could be bad.
Fuck.
But I'm going to take it as good, as in, yay, we found the way in, but bad as in, oh no, now we have to go to Faerwynn.
It would be pretty rubbish to have to go there. Thimble just looks cross.
Mm,
Alright,
It's a
do you
different
continue
experience
past the
when you're
waterfall?
I mean, yeah.
Alright. I'd like fresh survival checks, please.
Oh, we remember to take 2 of it.
Oh, that's so cool.
15.
Oh, I'm gonna kill myself. 10,
Eh? 13.
4.
that'd be a
Actually, no,
20.
15, sorry. I forgot.
Ariette
17.
got a 4.
She's
It's
now
a-
mulling with Thimble, just kicking rocks. But I say cucking rocks, that'd be a bit awkward.
Oh, that's a bit
Oh, yeah,
odd.
she's
Hey,
kicking
yo.
rocks. She's just like. She's just
Alright.
kicking rocks, looking like she's given up.
Alright. Umbra's leading the way this time with Tarvis hot on his heels.
Somehow.
Somehow, you're moving past the waterfall now, and you start to see a small hill. Walking up that hill, you get a bit of a lay of the land. You can see what would be about an 8-hour walk away is another hill.
Yeah.
Who's got the highest passive perception?
Not me.
14.
18.
Surely it's me, right?
No, surely. I think it's Umbra. Umbra, you notice on top of that small hill that you estimate is about 8 hours away is a clearing. And your sharp dragonborn eyes make out in the clearing a tree stump. You've got a good feeling about this.
Looks like Alona's good feeling was right. I see the stump over there. And I'll point off into the distance at the main hill. By my counts, possibly an 8-hour journey. By foot.
Let's move, people.
Well,
I mean, we still have the eagles and the dragon.
On the toes. Unless DM, you want to clarify something.
The forest is fairly thick. The only reason you can see it is because you have a good vantage point. The trees are too thick for the flyers to go in and out of. Remember, these flyers are large enough to transport multiple people at a time. They are very large creatures.
Can I ask a question?
You may.
DM? From our vantage point here, is there a clear enough flight path?
Yeah.
What about the hoverboards we've got?
The reason I ask is because I could probably do a bit of fly stuff, get a few of us over there, and then a few of us back.
I can also fly.
Lona can also fly, because she's legend.
I thought your flight was only in dim light.
I can cast Twilight Sanctuary.
That's true.
I might not be able to go all the way, but
We can shave off
you
time.
You would shave off about 3 hours doing it that way.
I mean, Xander did make a good point about the hoverboards we still have, though.
Yeah, you guys all did forget you have hoverboards.
I just don't know if any of us would know how to ride it.
Well, so how
Zoltan
good would a
knows.
hoverboard be in like dense foliage?
Yeah, that was my only thought.
Like, I mean, I haven't tried riding a hoverboard through a jungle yet, but I can't imagine
Is it-
that's fun.
Race?
What was that, sorry?
Athletics roll for a hoverboard?
I would say it's acrobatics.
Mm.
With what you'd be doing with it,
Try.
I would say it would be acrobatics. If you want
Oh,
to do the
well.
flying that Steve and
Hey.
Emily are proposing, I would say that would shave off 3 hours, and then if you wanted to do hoverboarding from there, that would shave off maybe an hour or two, depending on rolls.
Well, I just rolled a 15.
-2.
Forward.
You know,
Yeah,
this
so
is still
13.
exhausted.
Acrobatics, you said, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 12. It's not horrible, but it's not.
Mine's
Huh?
a 4.
28.
Oh, the
Well,
brother.
26 with -2.
Okay. Anyone else want to roll for their hoverboards?
Oh, modest.
Wait,
Oh,
what's a hoverboard? Harriet's looking quick. Like, what?
I don't know. We just stole it off these really advanced people we killed.
You guys killed people?
All the time.
Only
send
the
them to a
people.
better place.
Okay, I think I'd rather just run.
It's only people who are deserving of it. We don't just go kill random innocent people. That's wrong.
To be fair, they were trying to kill us, so.
Yeah.
And none of them were having to do it for other external reasons, like money or food or lodging or...
I mean, they weren't. I don't know if they were actually alive in the first place.
They had no blood.
Yeah,
None
they
of
were like.
them did.
They were like. Well, yeah, true, but
Sniper did. Don't ask how I know what a sniper is, but he did.
I mean, we did ask them to surrender, and then they attacked us.
That is true.
it was more of a thing of if we didn't kill them, they would just keep coming back to us.
And they were going to kill Tarvis, and how was I supposed to let that happen?
So I'm very thankful to still be alive.
Alright. We gotta keep moving, guys.
It's a full bad.
We'll be.
A hoverboard. Like, I know it's bad, but like, how bad is a 4 for riding the hoverboard?
Look,
It's
Please don't tell
acrobatic.
me I go missing in the
Yeah.
jungle.
Yeah, you go
So
missing.
12.
okay. Alona, you go to kick off with the hoverboard, and you think you're doing well. You think you're doing well. You look up, tree splat. You don't take damage, but your butt hurts from when you fell on it.
Do I need to roll again?
I would say yes.
That's a nat 1. -2.
Oh no.
Make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Yeah, because that's my strong suit. A 9?
Okay, not
You s-
terrible.
You go to put your foot on the back of the board, and then suddenly there's a surge of the magic that powers it, and the front flips up and hits you in the nose. I'd like you to take a d6 of bludgeoning damage.
4. Have I broken my nose?
It's certainly bloody.
Having seen all this,
Okay, I'm gonna try again.
Oh god.
That's an 8?
Right.
You're not gonna be
I'll
fast,
get a
but you can do it.
I can on an 8?
I'll let it go.
Thimble, I was gonna say, can Thimble just give her advantage for 2 seconds?
Sure.
He's just kind of been watching this, and now he's gonna hop on the board
Yeah,
and just
okay, advantage,
push the
advantage.
areas he's gonna push.
Yeah, 20!
Let's go.
And that's called learning how to ride a bike.
Oh god.
Thimble's gonna look up from where he's pressing down on the board, like, sure,
Alona
friend.
being distracted by trying to keep the blood from spilling everywhere is somehow unnatural. She's pony talk.
Oh god.
Oh,
Honey Talk, the legendary skater from.
From Latio.
Relatio. What the fuck?
Is there a new stat
Casual
block for a
lore drop.
Trask?
Wait,
I mean,
sorry, what? Did I just say you're gonna put a Tarask on us?
No, I'm kidding. Though I would.
My nose hurts.
Alright. So, you've successfully
bad.
cut 4 hours. You've halved the time. It still takes you 4 hours to get there. But you do reach the clearing. If you like, I can put you onto the map now.
Guys, be honest, does my nose look bad?
It doesn't look bright.
Yeah, it just needs a bit of cleaning up.
Ariet's
Oh my
looking at
God.
you horrified.
It's okay, it's worth it. For Barrett.
You have a day.
Alright. And Alona cracks her fingers. As someone who's been around a few summoning circles in her day, I got this.
We're gonna go looking for the
Alright.
herb.
Sacred herbs, flowers with green petals, yellow stems. Who's going to set up the salt of circle around the toadstools?
I can do that.
Okay.
should we
I'll help.
just as a general rule of thumb, should we probably rest for a minute? Because we are pushing on 20 plus hours. I understand the
it's-
nature of this, but
Been more than 24 hours. You're pushing on 36.
should we probably take a moment to regroup ourselves before we start doing anything that requires a lot of brain and
How long
possible
do we
skill?
have? How many hours?
You don't know exactly, but you do know it is the next day.
I think
Uh,
a short rest.
Would a short rest be enough to get rid of our...
Exhaustion.
Nope.
I don't think so.
It'd have to
Long
be,
rest
it'd
is
have to be a
exhaustion.
long rest.
We have
I'm
a
gonna
day,
find
yeah?
the herbs first.
You have a day.
Thimble's gonna help Tarvis, and Ariet's gonna help. No, Thimble's actually gonna help Alona. No, that's metagaming. Ariet will help Alona. Thimble will help Tarvis.
Alright. Tarvis, for setting up the salt,
Yes.
dexterity check, please.
Dex check. Just to check.
Just to check.
Guidance
Oh.
allowed.
Oh no!
You do have help, so you are rolling at advantage.
And is
Oh.
guidance allowed?
I'll allow
that's
guidance.
Okay,
Take a
so
D4, brother.
13. Okay, 17 total.
You feel pretty good about your salt circle. Who is looking for the sacred herbs?
I
Me.
Alona and Xander?
Mhm.
One of you roll survival at advantage.
I can do it. Okay, let's do this. A 23.
hey,
You find various clumps of the green petaled yellow stemmed flower that was described.
Okay. Now we have the tuning fork, we have the silver mirror, we have the herbs, we have the circle of salt, and then we just put it all together, and the portal will open for 30 seconds so that we can get through.
get everyone grouped around the circle ready to jump in as soon as the portal ignites.
Maybe we should all hold hands, that way we can kind of be one mass.
That's probably not a bad idea, really.
Yeah, it would make things a lot easier for us when we get set up.
So where are we going to be standing?
Are we, just for context sake, we're doing the ritual after we've taken a rest, or prior?
That's up to
We
you.
gathered
We
up
can-
everything.
We can do it
Salt
anytime
circles
before
already.
the 12th, right? Or does it
No,
have to
we've
be
got a
on the
30
12th?
second second window.
But that's once we open it, right?
On the
No,
12th.
we have to open it on the specific time frame.
So I will chime in here. You don't know the specific timing of it. You do know it has to be on the spring equinox, that was said. You
Yeah,
don't
so the
know
12th of Sabra.
Yeah, you don't know exactly when on the 12th, but it has to be on the 12th.
Is there any way we can reduce how close we are to our mark?
I would say that would be an intelligence check.
Oh, boy.
Because you're trying to pull all of the bits of knowledge you know about the Fae, everything you've learned, to come up with an answer.
That's a 16.
Be 14.
14.
Oh,
Is
14.
Question.
Xander, you
Yeah.
know based on what you... Yep.
No, I'll let you go first. I'll chime in after. Go.
Xander, based on everything you've put together about the Fae, based on everything you know about this ritual, it should take place at dusk.
Okay. Just taking a look around. I'm gonna turn around back to the party. They said spring equinox, so wouldn't that be just on dusk when it would take place the most?
Some might say twilight.
Yeah, yeah.
That might help. My powers is not
Twilight
strong at
Dust.
that time, right?
I don't like how you said that. That kind of weirds me out a little bit. But anyway.
No, I'm just saying I will have extra magic at that time.
Make it probably easier to summon the portal.
Exactly.
So are we resting up until then?
I think so. I'm
It
assuming early morning or mid-morning, somewhere there.
You're about the middle of the day currently.
So yeah, we can definitely have a full rest.
So it's a long rest guaranteed?
Take your long rest. You have made it to the spot. Well done. After taking your long rest, I'll say it takes a bit longer with this long rest because you did push yourselves so hard to get there. So you will be waking up, if you go to bed approximately middle of the day, you'll be waking up early morning the next day. Instead of 8 hours, it's more like a 14 to 16 hour rest.
Thus, prior to sleeping, would it be alright if I use plant growth to create a defensible location?
Sure. Draw on the map where you do that.
Oh, I hate drawing on this map. Do I set it to fade or linger?
You also have a drawing tool.
So no drawing. Ooh.
Oh, you're doing a ruler and not a drawing. Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing a ruler just to get my distancing from it, so it would be about there. So it's still within the.
So you let go of
Yeah.
yours, you draw yours. You draw yours around mine.
So, oh,
Why I hate doing this drawing tool.
do you want me to make
That's
it
what I'm
bigger?
not- Yes, please.
Can I make it bigger is the question.
You can. I believe in you.
I don't think I can. I'm just going to redraw it. It was 50 feet.
And so it covers at least the circle, and we have a bit of a
It was about
down
there,
in this
right?
area.
Yeah.
Give or take.
Yeah, roughly.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm just going to say that's good enough. So, describe what's going on with your plant growth. You said it wanted to be a defensible
So-
area. Describe the defense.
So, with that being the case, seeing seeing the general life around and seeing what it is, I'd like to grow vines and roots from the trees around us, forming up walls of spiked barbs and thick brush, all the area just before the wall and just behind it. So I'd probably say 1 or 2 feet behind it. Behind it is nothing but thorn, brambles, tangled bits of vine, branch, root. We cannot see anything through. Nothing can see in. It's just that like a fully defensive natural barrier. A lot of it will also include a few of the mushrooms. I'd pick a couple from the back of my neck as cannon. I've got some poisonous mushroom-like growths on the back. I'll toss them in just so it's got that bit of an extra tinge of poison and bit of a back off type of situation with a couple of those mushrooms growing throughout the wall as it forms.
Yep, I'm just gonna check the bounds of that spell. Give me one moment. You said plant growth?
Yeah, it says everything within a 150 foot radius. It's all natural plant, like grows overgrown, and yeah.
Are you using the 2014 edition or the 2024 edition?
Oh, there's a difference.
Yes, there is.
Oh, I did not realize about the difference. Allow me to
And
moment.
it's a 100-foot radius centered on a spot.
So 20.
And it's all normal plants in that area. So vines and things, there aren't any of that around. But there are trees and shrubs and things like that.
I'll just use the overgrow feature then. Just overgrow them and keep a central little clearing clear then. That's alright.
Yep. So anything outside of this circle you want to just make more overgrown. Is that correct?
Sorry, I missed it. What'd you say?
I'm talking to Steve. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Yep. No worries. You rest well knowing that you got that barrier around you if you wanted to take that long rest now. You awake on the day of the spring equinox. You have until dusk to make any preparations you will.
Oh, should we just give a general scout out of this area to make sure there's no other fey creatures around?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Make just a quick scout round.
Who's going for the scout then?
I guess we should go in pairs for safety.
Probably a good idea.
I shall go this way.
I'll go with the loner.
Alright. I'd like survival checks if you're going scouting around.
I will help action give a loner advantage because that is far more useful than me actually rolling it.
23.
Survival.
You're fairly confident in the direction you're going and that there is no fey entity around. There are a couple like small bears and things, but they scarper pretty quick at the sight of you.
On
They're
the
gonna
way, can Alona quickly talk to Tarvis? Okay. Do you think we're going to survive it?
Well, we've survived a lot so far, so we have to at least try.
True. But if we don't, thanks for being around.
Thanks for showing me there was a bit more to my life than just the slum I was essentially in.
That's okay. You deserved it.
How do you feel about opening the portal?
It's okay. Hopefully this time will go a bit better than last.
You got me and everyone else here with you this time.
Yeah. I'm just hoping that nobody loses their minds in there, and that we can get Vareth.
Yeah.
I think things will be different once he's back.
I hope he's okay after everything.
Too. I can't help but feel responsible, right? I mean, kind of my fault. I made a choice. I don't
It is.
regret it, but just wish I didn't have to.
It was always your mother's fault, Alana. She
I
gave
do-
you an impossible decision to make you suffer.
True. I do have a question. When I put you into a different plane, what is it that you saw? Where did you go?
It was strange. It was like lots of pink and purple clouds, sort of structures that seemed to be forming but weren't quite whole or wasn't really a good idea of what they would look like. Some lightning here and there. It was just a strange experience.
Interesting. I'm meditating, and I think I went to the same place. I think it's where my power is coming from now.
Well, do you know where it is?
No, not exactly, but I don't feel any god or goddess there. If anything, it just kind of feels like me.
That's interesting.
Don't know, maybe there's some god that I don't know about that runs that place.
Yeah. Oh well, as long as it wasn't anything like your mother or.
It felt it felt like a sanctuary in a way.
Oh well, that's good. I feel like we need that every now and then with everything we get up to.
True. It would be nice to have a place like that one day. Somewhere where
Yeah.
people can go and they're safe and they don't have to worry about everything else going on.
Yeah, it'd be good.
Anyway, I know things have been kind of awkward between us, but
Yeah.
everything is okay.
Good to hear.
I understand everything is a bit too much, so we'll just focus on the job, and then when it's over, I guess everyone will find their own thing to do.
Yeah, well, I still owe everyone for saving me, so.
You don't owe anyone anything.
I kinda do.
You have a family to go back to, right?
I have my sister.
Mm-hmm.
You have your father.
Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen with him. He's never been right ever since Salra, so he doesn't. He knows I'm gone, but it doesn't seem to change much for him. That's why I don't know. Seeing how much Mariette still misses Vareth, I wish I had a parent who cared that much.
Well, Eris wasn't too happy with how long I had been missing, so
See, you have someone who cares about you that much.
how and you've found people who care about you.
Different though, right? There's no blood in it.
Doesn't have to be. Oh, remember Vareth has said that he sees you as an older sister.
True, but he has a whole family waiting for him. I wouldn't expect him to just wait around with me.
Still doesn't mean we haven't impacted him.
I know, but I think I have done a job well done if he wants to be a kid again.
Yeah. Oh, let's go get him. Let's go get him, and then we can see. Then we can go from there.
Yep. Time to summon.
Alright, what is everyone else doing in that time?
I don't think I'd be doing much.
I think Aria's probably just asking the group about like stories about Vareth and stuff. Thimble is like sticking to Ariat like a fucking flight of sandpaper. Yeah, at that exact moment, he just like magnetized. He was like, "Oh."
It's like that one bloody ASDF thing. Now, son, don't touch that cactus.
Yeah.
It's exactly that.
Yup. Hell yeah. I'm probably just sharpening some things
Alright.
and checking my armor. Stuff like that. And checking anyone else's if they want me to.
Do you even wear armor?
It's more like my straps and sheaths and stuff like that.
Yeah, fair.
My war gear.
She's a war guy.
Alright. The sun is now setting. I will give you 1 more hour to prepare.
If possible, I'd like to do a prayer to Panjapania, and I'd just like to check over all my acid vials and see how much I have. I think I've got the
What
black
do
ooze, and I'll brew everyone some tea.
What are you praying for?
Good fortune and the bit of natural protection when we go in. Granted, how hectic and chaotic Faerwynn is.
Roll D100.
Yeah.
58. Alright. You definitely sent the prayer off. You don't know if anything's heard, but you've sent the prayer.
I think Alona will also cast Twilight Sanctuary and try to draw on her Twilight pool of power to kind of keep everything safe as possible and add to the summoning power.
Alright.
Getting closer, probably like 10 minutes out or so. Thimble is just gonna reactively summon his familiar,
Okay.
and then
It's a little pseudo dragon, isn't it?
yeah,
I do have one. One moment.
then he's gonna summon the same Fae as he did last time, which I've forgotten her name.
Is it Itilt? Or no, the other one?
No, the other one. Eden or something. Let's try this.
You should be able to move that little guy there. It's the green one, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I was gonna find it. I have lots of things. Actually, I don't see it here. for now, do you want to just use this little guy?
Or just give me anything.
Alright, you should be able to move your familiar and this guy.
Okay.
Alright. 5 minutes away from dusk. You hear a voice calling out over the wall of brush. My. If that's not the work of a druid, then I'm not a necromancer.
Motherfucker.
Does anyone respond?
What do I see in the crown there? Sorry.
Arias just gonna say, guys, if we say really, really quiet, he might not hear us.
I think he heard that.
I can indeed hear you.
Well, you can fuck right off.
Private business.
I'm a cleric. I can dispel your creatures.
Can you?
Will be removed. It will be removed upon our business concluding.
And what business might that be?
Do apologize, I don't believe that you are privy to that information.
You hear a second voice. I think they are trying to go to Faerwynn. Yes, you're quite right, Vulas. I think they are. Do we think that they should be leaving our lands without our consent? No. I think we've got a problem with that.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And that's where we'll end it. Thanks for playing, guys. It's been a couple of weeks. Good to get back into it. You did a bit more than I was expecting, but hey, we're here. We're having fun.
Are we there?
I am. It'd be interesting when you guys see these characters. They're fun.
That wasn't Pandora, was it?
No, Pandora speaks a lot more like this.
Sorry, it's been a while since we've...
Yes, you had this sort of voice, and then you had this sort of voice.
Alright.
Yeah. But no, not Pandora. But yes, we shall find out who they are next week. Provided everyone's available, that is. Alrighty. But yes, thank you guys so much for playing, and thank you so much for watching, and we will see you all next week. May all your rolls be 20s.